Most men don't lose women because they say the wrong thing. They lose women because they stop saying anything at all, and not in the obvious way, not ghosting, not disappearing, not suddenly becoming distant overnight. It's way quieter than that. It's a slow emotional shutdown that happens right in the middle of a relationship. And most guys don't even realize they're doing it. It usually starts with good intentions. You don't want to argue. You don't want to make things worse. You don't want to seem needy, insecure, or dramatic. So you hold things in, you let stuff slide, you tell yourself it's not a big deal. You stay calm on the outside while frustration stacks up on the inside. From your point of view, you're being mature. From her point of view, you're becoming a stranger. This silent thing men do that pushes women away is emotional withdrawal, not physical distance, emotional distance. You're still there. You still text. You still show up. You still do the boyfriend or husband stuff. But your emotional presence starts fading. Your opinions get softer. Your reactions get flatter. Your engagement drops. And here's the scary part. Women almost always feel this shift before men realize it's happening. At first, she can't put her finger on it. She just feels something's off. You don't open up like you used to. You don't challenge her like you used to. You don't look at her the same way. You don't feel as there anymore. So she starts trying to pull you back emotionally. She asks more questions. She brings up small issues. She starts little arguments that seem pointless to you. And from your side, it feels like she's becoming naggy, emotional, or hard to please. But what she's really doing is testing emotional connection. She's checking if you're still in it with her. And instead of leaning in, most men lean out. You get quieter, shorter replies, less enthusiasm, more, it's fine and don't worry about it. You stop sharing what's bothering you because you think it'll just start a fight. You stop expressing needs because you don't want to seem weak. So you become low maintenance. And that's when attraction starts dying. Here's what most men don't understand. Women don't fall out of love because men are emotional. They fall out of love because men become emotionally unavailable. When you shut down emotionally, she doesn't feel chosen anymore. She feels tolerated. She feels like she's carrying the emotional weight of the relationship alone. And nothing kills attraction faster than feeling alone in a relationship. Men usually shut down for three main reasons. First, fear of conflict. You learned somewhere along the way that disagreement equals danger, maybe from your parents, maybe from past relationships. So when something bothers you, your nervous system tells you to stay quiet and keep the peace. Second, fear of vulnerability. You don't want to admit you're insecure, hurt, jealous, or scared. You think if she sees that side of you, she'll lose respect. Third, fear of losing control. You think if you open up emotionally, things will spiral into drama, tears, or long, exhausting conversations you don't know how to handle. So you go into emotional power saving mode. And on the surface, it looks calm. But underneath, the connection is slowly bleeding out. Here's the brutal truth. Silence doesn't create stability. It creates emotional distance. Every time you don't say what you feel, you teach her that you're not emotionally safe to connect with. Not because you're dangerous, but because you're closed. Women bond through emotional presence, through depth, through honesty, through feeling like you're actually with them, not just next to them. When that disappears, her nervous system goes into alert mode. She starts overthinking. She starts imagining worst case scenarios. She starts feeling insecure, even if you haven't technically done anything wrong. So she either chases you emotionally or she slowly checks out. And most men completely misread this phase. They think she's becoming crazy. She's always complaining. She's never satisfied. No, she's grieving the version of you that used to be emotionally available. Another thing men do silently is stop expressing desire. You still love her, you still find her attractive, you still want her, but you stop saying it. You stop showing it the same way. You stop flirting. You stop initiating. You stop looking at her like she's your woman. Not because you don't care, because you got comfortable, because life got stressful, because work drained you, because you assume she already knows how you feel. And from her side, it feels like rejection. Women don't measure love only by loyalty. They measure it by presence, attention, and emotional energy. When that energy drops, her body starts preparing for loss, even if she can't explain it logically. This is why some women start fights over small things. It's not about the dishes. It's not about the text you didn't reply to fast enough. It's not about you forgetting some tiny detail. It's about her trying to feel something from you again. Anything. Even anger feels better than emotional emptiness. Another silent killer is passive resentment. You keep score in your head. All the times you felt unappreciated, all the times you felt disrespected, all the times you compromised, but you never talk about it. So your tone changes, your patience shrinks, your warmth fades, and she feels it. Women are insanely sensitive to emotional shifts, not in a weak way, in a biological way. They notice when your energy changes, they notice when your touch feels different, they notice when your eyes don't soften anymore when you look at them. So even if you think you're hiding it, you're not. You're broadcasting emotional disconnection 24/7. Another big one is emotional laziness. You stop being curious about her inner world. You stop asking real questions. You stop listening deeply. You half listen while scrolling your phone. You respond with, yeah, and that sucks, instead of real engagement. And slowly, she stops bringing things to you. She stops telling you about her day. She stops sharing her fears. She stops opening up. And when a woman stops emotionally opening up to you, the relationship is already halfway over. Men also do this silent thing where they stop leading emotionally, not controlling, not dominating, leading emotionally. That means setting the emotional tone of the relationship, being grounded when things are tense, being expressive when things feel distant, being present when things feel heavy. When you withdraw emotionally, she's forced to carry that role. And over time, she starts seeing you less as a partner and more as another emotional responsibility. That kills sexual attraction. It kills respect. It kills polarity. And again, men don't notice until it's too late. Then one day she says, I don't feel the same anymore. And the guy is shocked. I didn't cheat. I didn't abuse her. I didn't do anything wrong. That's the point. You didn't do anything right emotionally either. You went silent, you went numb, you went absent while physically present. And from her side, it felt like slow abandonment. Here's the part that hurts the most. Most men shut down emotionally because they care too much, not too little. They're trying to be stable, they're trying to be strong. They're trying not to make things worse, but emotional strength isn't silence. Emotional strength is being able to say, hey, this bothered me. It's being able to say, I'm feeling disconnected from you lately. It's being able to say, I need more affection from you. It's being able to say, I'm scared of losing you. That's not weakness. That's leadership. That's courage. That's emotional maturity. Another silent behavior is avoiding repair after conflict. You have an argument, it ends awkwardly. Nobody really resolves it. You just move on. You act normal. You pretend it's fine. But emotionally, something broke. And instead of fixing it, you bury it. So trust erodes, safety erodes, connection erodes, and every unresolved conflict adds another brick to the emotional wall between you. Men also silently stop growing. You get stuck in routine. Same habits, same mindset, same energy. And while you're standing still, she's evolving emotionally, mentally, spiritually. So now you're not just emotionally unavailable, you're emotionally outdated. And she starts feeling like she outgrew you. Not because you're bad, but because you stopped showing emotional range, depth, and presence. The fix for all of this is uncomfortable but simple. You have to start risking emotional exposure. You have to start saying the things you're scared will create tension. You have to stop prioritizing peace over truth because fake peace kills relationships. Real intimacy requires friction, not chaos, not fighting, friction. Two real people showing up honestly. You don't need to dump all your feelings on her. You don't need to cry every day. You don't need to become hyper emotional. You just need to be real, consistent, present, open. When something bothers you, say it calmly. When you feel disconnected, name it. When you want her, show it. When you feel insecure, admit it. When you're stressed, tell her instead of disappearing into your head. That alone can completely transform a relationship. Another huge shift is taking emotional initiative. Don't wait until she brings something up. Check in with her. Ask her how she's really feeling about the relationship. Tell her what you appreciate about her. Tell her what you miss about how things used to feel. That builds emotional safety. That builds attraction. That builds trust. And yes, it feels awkward at first. Yes, it feels vulnerable. Yes, your ego will hate it, but it works. Because women don't leave men who are emotionally present and trying. They leave men who feel emotionally gone, even if they're technically still there. So if you've been wondering why things feel off, why she seems colder, why she's less affectionate, why she's pulling away, why the spark feels dead, look at your emotional presence, not your behavior. Ask yourself, have I been emotionally available? Have I been honest about what I feel? Have I been expressing desire? Have I been leading emotionally? Have I been present or just physically there? Because most relationships don't die from betrayal. They die from emotional silence, slow, quiet, invisible, until it's irreversible. And the crazy thing is, fixing it doesn't require grand gestures. It requires emotional courage, daily, consistently, in small moments. That's it. If this video made you realize you've been going quiet instead of going honest, don't beat yourself up. Most men were never taught how to be emotionally present without feeling weak. But now you know, and knowing changes everything. If this helped you see your relationships more clearly, hit like so it reaches more people who need to hear it. And if you want more real, grounded relationship insights that actually make sense, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next one.